I hate you. I hate you. I hate you all. Unsubscribe, unsubscribe from my channel right now. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to do a hate stream on my subscribers because nothing is more important to growing your YouTube channel than taking a massive steaming dump on your subs. Now, lately, I've been in a foul mood. I've been in a very foul mood, okay? Because y'all don't understand what it's like to be a content creator. You know, I joined this platform out of the goodness of my heart. Plus, I wanted to make some ad revenue. And I wanted to spread the word of long-term Boglehead investing. Really, I mean, I can't explain to you how much it's changed my life to be an index fund investor and to do it consistently over 10 years. And I try to impart on you people the absolute disgust that I have for a lot of creators on YouTube that pretend like they're stock gurus and pretend like they're intelligent and they, flash their Tesla gains. Because at the end of the day, they are going to destroy people's financial lives. I started my channel, like I said, I was like, oh, I'm just going to make, finance videos. But then I realized, nobody cared. Nobody cared about index funds. Nobody cared about freaking tax advantage accounts, even though I had saved hundreds of thousands of dollars as an average income guy by doing that. And eventually I said, you know what? I'm going to go after clowns because seeing these people and what they do is absolutely freaking disgusting. And what do I get for this kindness, this heroic fight against scum and scoundrels? I get absolute hate. I get absolute disgusting comments. I get hate for trying to do good. And it almost has convinced me to become a grifter. Why not? If I do good things for people and try to convince people to take the right path for their future financial success, and I get a fat, steamy dump all over my face, what's the freaking point? Okay? So, I had kind of a meltdown today because I can't explain enough. This is a very simple investing concept. Past performance is in the past. It is over. It's gone. Now, you can look at past performance if you're looking at an individual company. You can kind of get a gauge of their, gross margin, operating margin, profit margin, changes in share count, free cash flow. But that only helps you to a certain extent because when it comes to investing, it really is all about the future. And the future, ladies and gentlemen, is unknown. Nobody can predict the future. You can make an educated guess, but if you look at the history of the world, there's always something unpredictable that happens. That is the essence of my investing philosophy. I believe you cannot predict the future. I believe nobody has the brains to truly understand all the intricacies of the global economy and to project that into the future and get everything right. And if you look at the performance of Wall Street is a joke. They're a complete freaking joke. These guys are paid to spend their entire lives guessing the future, and they extract exorbitant amounts of wealth from investors. It's a scam because you don't know the future. That's why I buy VT. And you know what comments I get? You know what hate comments I get? Well, I looked at the 10-year performance and it didn't do as good as this other ETF or this stock. Look, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start blocking people if they put stupid comments on my channel. You can call me fat. You can call me bald. Obviously, I'm both. You can call me name. You can call me whatever you want. But if I see stupid comments from the same people over and over again that cannot grasp a very simple concept that past performance is not future performance, I'm going to start blocking you clowns, okay? Or maybe I'll put you in timeout. And then if you repent, you can come back. I'm willing to have intelligent debates about investing, okay? I am. You want to tell me why you don't like VT? Give me a good reason. Sasha's video, it was a good video, okay? He's an individual stock investor. There's reasons that the U.S. may continue to outperform in the future. What are some of the reasons? Well, let's look at the rest of the world. The big economies are the Eurozone, China, Japan, South Korea. Okay. Those are the big daddies. Let's talk about the Eurozone. Well, what's wrong with the Eurozone? Well, the Eurozone is united under the EU. It's united by under the banner of, at least financially, the euro. Well, the euro project has had a lot of trouble, especially in the 2010s. Why? Well, because you had all these clown countries in Southern Europe. And I take special, I'm really close to Southern Europeans because I'm part Italian, you know what I'm saying? But they freaking suck at managing their money. They were worried about Spain going bankrupt, Portugal, Italy, Greece. All the Southern European countries have massive debt problems. And on top of that, the demographics of Europe are horrible, okay? Their birth rate is below the United States. And the United States has the privilege of being able to import the best and brightest from around the world into the country. And we can continue to expand our population even though our birth rates are going down. Because people talk about, oh, China's birth rates are bad. The whole freaking world's birth rates are bad. Whenever I hear that argument about birth rates, it's stupid because the highest birth rates are in Africa and in the Middle East. If you want to go invest there, be my freaking guest. Okay? So there's a lot of risk in the Eurozone. Great, 100% true. What's the other risk? Well, you have Russia, a hostile power that's invaded Ukraine. Oh my God. And Europe has been known to go to war with itself consistently. Okay? There's a lot of risk in Europe. I mean, there's a bunch of developed countries, but there's a lot of risk there. Let's talk about Japan. Massive debt load, massive aging population, horrible demographics. Okay? And they had a massive bubble in their stock market, which collapsed in like the late 80s, early 90s. What else? China. Well, China is a dictatorship. Well, people say it's communist. It's not communist, okay? And if I have to explain that to you, you need to look at the substance of China instead of what the name is. I can call myself the big fat boy, but obviously I'm a yoked handsome man, obviously, okay? You can call something whatever you want, but if you look at the substance of it, it's something else entirely. Yeah, they have some communist tendencies. They're very authoritarian, but they also do have elements of capitalism. And they're going to need to continue to foster capitalism to compete with the world. Because if we look back at the history of China, when they fell under communism, their economy was trash. They could not keep up with the rest of the world. And then when Mao died, well, they started to liberalize. And when they did that, their freaking GDP exploded. And there's potentially a real estate bubble there. I don't know what's going to happen with that, okay? And the government tends to get very involved with private companies. That's a big risk in China. I got it, okay? So people look around the world and they say, well, there's a lot of risk. You know, in like United States, we have a very stable, strong government. The dollar's the king. You know, United States is, you know, it's isolated. It's got oceans on either side, a super powerful military. I can see why people may want to, you know, invest in only U.S. stocks for that reason. I get that, okay? But when you come on here and you say, well, U.S. stocks went up more, and that's why I'm buying them, you're an idiot. And I want you to leave. And I'm going to start blocking clowns that say that, okay? Because you can always find something that has beaten a certain index. You can always find something. ARK outperformed, crushed VT during the pandemic. I don't know how it's doing now. Tesla crushed VT. Bitcoin has crushed VT. You can always find something that crushes an index. But that doesn't mean you're a genius for pointing that out. I know. I'm smart enough to go and look at past performance. It's not hard, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. But if I invested like that, I would be a clown. And if you invest like that, you're a massive freaking clown. Okay. So yes, I had a bad day today. Plus we're coming to the end of my, I'm actually starting a new job pretty soon. And we got a tax deadline coming up. I got all the crappy returns. Oh, anyway, we won't talk about that. We'll do some comments, and then we're going to look at comments at you clowns. Actually, you know, before we do comments, let's go ahead and look at some clown comments on my channel, okay? So here I am posting a very simple investment fact. Okay. Past performance doesn't matter. If you invest based on past performance, like clown Dave Ramsey does, you're going to fail. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to buy VT, but if you look at past performance and you buy stuff that went up a lot, you're going to fail. Does that click with you people? If it doesn't click, I really want you to go away because I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of explaining this concept. Oh, Bitcoin went up a lot. I'm going to buy it. Here we go. You're probably in the chat right now, Der Meister. You're probably a Stathis fan too. If Batman could read, he'd see that he underperformed drastically over the last 30 years. Let's go back to the meme. Okay, Batman is literally slapping Robin because past performance does not guarantee future returns. And then what does Der Meister say? If Batman could read, he'd see that he underperformed drastically over the last 30 years. You are the meme. We got Crane Man. Planet 13's up 40% today. That's I'm sure it's going to 10x from there. Oh, we have somebody that agrees with me. Agree with you. My U.S. allocation is at its lowest in 15 years, and this is coming from a non-U.S. based investor. Now, I will slightly disagree with Manuel here. Manuel, because I don't allocate. That's the whole essence of Boglehead investing. You don't allocate. You buy the market. I buy the global market at market cap weights. You let the world figure it out. In my opinion, if you don't buy VT, you're an active investor, which is fine. I mean, that's fine. But think about it this way. Let's say, you have 50% VTI, the US, and 50% freaking VX US. Well, the world's market cap weights is more 63 US and the rest VX US, 37%. That is not Boglehead investing if you're actively moving between ETFs. Because while you are buying indices, the whole essence of the philosophy is you buy total market indices. You don't time the market. And I'm a little bit guilty of that myself. I set aside 5% of my money for fun, and I put all of it in BABA. BABA's been freaking wrecked. I'm going to hold that for a long time. If I'm right, I'm going to make a freaking fortune. Well, not a fortune, but I'll make good money off of it. If I'm wrong, oh well, it's not going to destroy my portfolio. But I don't sit here and think, oh, if I buy this ETF and I weight it this way and I buy this and I buy this, and you're just going to screw up your portfolio. You're going to have a ton of overlap and you're going to mess it up. VT is beautiful because of its simplicity. VTI is beautiful because of its simplicity. VXUS is beautiful because of its simplicity. But if you start marrying and mashing them together, that's when the simplicity falls apart. Okay, I want you guys to understand that. U.S. companies are international. I hear this all the time. U.S. companies are international, so U.S. stocks will cover the world. Well, international companies also sell in the United States. So that makes that argument completely freaking worthless. You can miss on the next Google in India. You can miss the next Microsoft in South Korea. I don't know. You may not. But if you're just buying U.S. stocks, you're disregarding, 7 billion people around the world that could potentially produce the next greatest thing, the next greatest company. Just saying, okay? There's only, 330 million people in the United States, and we had a good century. But that doesn't mean that some innovation and great things are going to come from outside the U.S. I really believe that this guy, Richie, is buying U.S. stocks, not because they're international, they have international exposure, but because they went up more. I think deep down, most people are buying U.S. stocks. When you really get to the core of it, they filter on past performance, and that's what they're doing. I can 100% guarantee it. That is the essence of U.S. stock shilling. Just saying. The Joker would be a day trader. WTF happened to Stathis' channel? Got deleted. Do contemporary Bogleheads believe in holding international stocks? If I recall, Jack Bogle held VTI. Yeah, Bogle wasn't a fan of international stocks. That's fine. I don't agree with him, okay? He started the whole movement, But think about it. The logical conclusion of indexing, not timing the market, owning the market, you cannot say the logical conclusion is anything other than owning the world. Why stop at the United States? It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, broad diversification is great because you don't time the market, you own everything, and you let the active investors pick the winners. Why does that stop at the borders of the United States? Let's read some of the sub comments here because we can see there's some clowns that jumped in. So there's Rico Taco. What is that? What is that? It's an eye. Looks like a teddy bear's eye. Only if they want lower returns and increased volatility. Because Rico believes that past performance means future performance. You're genius, bro. You're really smart. Lower returns and increased volatility are the past, recent past, and present. Don't worry, though. In a few decades, you'll probably break even. That's another misconception. Like, I just have to hammer you people in the freaking head over and over again. VT has U.S. stocks. It is a global index. 63% of VT is U.S. stocks. And if I'm wrong, that percentage will grow, and I'll have more exposure to the winning stocks in the United States. I'm literally not getting slapped by anyone. Learn how to use words properly. See, apparently I can't use words properly, but I know like basic investing concepts. As for clowns, show us your clown hair again. Then show us your glorified savings account, VT. I got more money than you. And it's 15% 5-year track record. Past performance. Oh, we're not more. I'm so smart. You should break even by the time you retire. People say like VT's returns don't beat inflation. Let's go look at VT's historical performance. Okay. I know this is a quick Google search. Oh, it went down today. Oh, it went down. Let's see. VT, Vanguard Total World. The U.S. is in the world. Stock ETF. Let's go down. Let's look at this horrible performance. No. 7.55% compounded annual returns. Okay. And you may be like, oh, that's so bad. Blah, 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 blah. I think that's pretty good. And we're currently in a freaking bear market. And I expect that to change pretty significantly at some point in the future as the world becomes a better place. Okay. 7.5%. Other stuff has beat it. Other stuff hasn't. But I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. And by buying VT, it's the most stress-free investment ever. I have an automatic contribution into this every 2 weeks, and it's glorious. Okay. And for a low price of 0.07%. Trading is mid. Don't know why everyone argues over VTI and VT. Just own them both. If you own them both, you're just basically tilting your portfolio more towards the United States. VTI is United States. VT is the United States and international. So you just have more US and a little bit of international, and your weightings are all jacked up because I don't know what you're doing in your account. Okay. So you see comments like this, and I'm getting tired of it. Okay. I'm exhausted. I'm worn out. Yeah. Okay, fatty. I will eat you. Strong man is a man-spirit animal. Strongman, my friend's son is doing a chocolate fundraiser for his baseball team. Is he a grifter? Yes. Should I buy his chocolate too? Buy it, smash it in his face, and then take the money back. Just kidding. Is having a meltdown the future? Sometimes you just got to have a nice meltdown, okay? It makes you feel better. Jeremy and Chris Sane ruined my life. Oh, but the stock went up. Buy it, bro. Oh, the truck stops in the house. What happened, bro? You was doing good. Let's go look at it. I want to see how his channel's doing. Watch him have more subs than me. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Brooklyn Truck Stop had more subs than me now, because obviously the more of a clown you are, the more subscribers you get. Okay, he's got 2.45K subscribers. Look, I threw my life savings on this penny stock. That's all you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. couldn't get more appropriate and timely than that video. Let's see. Anyone who isn't convinced with index investing probably hasn't read Jack Bogle's little book. It's hard to read, bro. Just buy Tesla. It went up. Agreed. Some of your subscribers are bussy boys. Julius, Echoes, Fabio, Dan Weston, and Fuhat, just to name a few. Most likely Democrats. We want to get rich fast, bro. We don't want to wait decades, bro. Money when you're old is like a fat woman with boobs, bro. Let's see. Tell the story of the Gotrok family by Jack Bogle. I actually don't remember that. I read those books a long time ago. I should probably reread them. If you look at the past day, Planet 13 outperformed BT. I literally get comments like that. Oh, Planet 13 went up today. Let's see. True, you can't predict the future, but you can predict cycles. So you can predict the future is what you're saying. Just like how you're screaming a year ago about how all these clown stocks are trash and will go down. Well, there's a big difference between looking at a company by itself that is burning money hand over fist and predicting the future of the globe. Okay. It is much easier to predict the future. And like I said, you're making an educated guess about the future. But I don't really know what's going to happen to these companies. Okay. I can make an informed decision. I can make an informed, conjecture, but I don't really know. Tattooed Chef could miraculously recover. I could be totally wrong about it. I don't know the future, but I make an educated guess. But it's very different from guessing the future of the world where there's so many unpredictable events. Can somebody really tell me they predicted the virus? Come on. And, comparing that to Tattooed Chef or very good food company. Let's see. Tesla dominates VT. There you go. Traditional sense. Z's children. China's like a weird thing, but it's not communist. I can tell you that. You are a grifter buying that ETF. Yes, I came on YouTube to grift because I bought an ETF that has underperformed the S&P 500. Obviously, I'm just trying to grift. Have you seen Lufufu's sponsor about options activity? I thought he was a long-term investor. What is that sponsor that he has? It's like some kind of like Wall Street bets thing. I need to do a react. That would be a good video. I just don't have a lot of time. Yes, you got your shout out, dear Meister. There you go. You happy? Probably. Oh my God! Oh, I got a shout out from Strongman. Oh. A lot of arguments for why active investing and diversifying will outperform index investing the next 10 years. Maybe, but is it not true that everybody seems to be saying buy U.S. stocks and buy certain U.S. stocks? Has everybody seemed to be hearing that? That's all I hear on YouTube. U.S. stocks, bro. Tesla, bro. Everybody seems to be shilling this stuff that went up the most. And there may be a logical argument behind it, but in reality, most people's argument is past performance. That's what they're doing. And if you dispute that, I don't even know what to say to you. Those arguments are stupid. Most investors suck at stock picking. That's true. Barely anybody ever beats the index. That is also true. Thank you. Even the pros can't do it. Yeah, they're freaking losers. That's why I'll never work on Wall Street. Wall Street. It's a freaking sham. The EPS in 5 years will be this. Yeah, you freaking know that. Okay. Oh, pay me $100,000 a year. Can't judge by past performance, but it's even harder to predict future performance. Just pick one or the other. That's my argument in a nutshell. You don't know. That's why I buy everything. Let's see. Why buy VT? Buy VTOV. Total omniverse. Hey, at some point, I'm sure there will be an ETF that does that. I will be long dead. Let's see. Brooklyn, I'm sorry that your trash channel is growing, bro. He put all his money into penny stock. He's about to be rich, man. Make better content and stop hating on me. The bot issue got fixed, by the way. Depends on your income at the end when you will retire. If you're a brookie, only putting $200 a year and beating the market, you will still be broke. That's another great argument. When I was in the Army, man, I was putting so much money away. When I deployed to Afghanistan, I put away $50,000 in 9 months. $50,000. And you know what? Even though I bought VT and it underperformed something else, I saved 50 grand in one freaking year. Okay. And if you continue to do that, even if you underperform something, you're still going to reach your goals at some point. Great point there. See, Gil gets it. Okay. But then pick an index for the country you think will perform good. Buy SPY. Maybe not that. Yes, I'm an active investor. Always invest in individual securities for 25 years. But I also agree. Trust me, I've seen worse. Okay, I'm not going to hammer you. I've seen way worse. Please, Virginia Falls. Please, give me the Virginia. Oh, Lord. I'm from the country, boy. I need the help. Oh, I just fainted. It's so hard. Oh, Lord. Let's have some tea, sir. There you go. Is that good enough? Might as well VOO, SPY, QQQ, and buy the international. Okay, I don't like that. VOO, Inspire, the same thing. QQQ is a heavy tech index where you buy 100 non-financial stocks on the NASDAQ. And then international fund for the country you think will do good. That's too much active investing for me. Brooklyn bounced. He got freaking shattered after I showed his latest video. I just brought this money in a penny stock. That's old news, bro. Okay, that side of YouTube is gone. It's almost gone. All the clowns are getting filtered out slowly but surely, except for the big ones. This haircut makes you look fat. Okay. I expect Chinese stocks to go from hated to a super bubble in the future as they take over the world economy. Buy. That's kind of my essence right there. That's kind of my theory. It's like everybody hates them. They're trash. China's communist. The stocks went down a lot. China's over. They have a real estate bubble. They have a population collapse, even though they have 1.4 billion people, and they're the second largest economy in the world. Could be right. Could be wrong. I don't know. But either way, I'm not going to get wrecked if I'm wrong. Did you see the guy? Did you guys see a lot interview? Oh, Amit? Oh, yes. I need to watch that. Might not have time tonight. I can't wait to hear little Fufu's opinion. Boy! All you gotta do is boy! That's what Fufu's argument. Boy! His channel trash strong, man. Laughing my butt off. Dude literally hasn't grown. I had 200 subs back when the dude had 2K subs. He's kind of a scrub. What can I say? I want to grift. Where should I start? Well, talk about Tesla. Say it's the future. Crap your pants about the Tesla fluffer bot. Then talk about Palantir. Talk about maybe not Tattooed. Tattooed Chef does get a lot of views. Every time I make a Tattooed Chef video, I get a lot of views. Talk about Tattooed Chef. Tell people why you're bullish. Talk about Bitcoin. What else is popular on YouTube? Did I say SoFi? Basically, look at every popular stock and just buy it or just talk about it, bro, and say it's going to go up. You'll pass me in subs in no time. Trust me. You should have listened to Echoes and bought DraftKings. Ouch. You take that back, DraftKings will go to the moon. Okay, we're all allowed to buy one trash stock, okay? I can't find the video I had in mind. I want myself, so we'll look later. Institutional investors must cater to outflows and inflows, which means they must sell and buy at inopportune times. Because this is based on psychology, inflows usually happen during the most expensive times in the market, and outflows at the cheapest. The individual retail investor doesn't have the problem. Second of all, because retail investors constantly check their performance, institutional investors feel pressure to maintain performance on a quarterly by quarter basis. Yeah, I agree. Holy crap, how much stuff did you post in here? To maintain a book of business. Basically what he's saying is a lot of active investors, like imagine if you're like a mutual fund manager, right? And it's all about assets under management. Well, if a stock goes down, you really have a good thought that stock's going to killing it like 5-10 years down the road. But you have all these clowns that are invested in your mutual fund. And they're like, oh, it went down. It went down. You need to sell it now, or I'm going to move my money somewhere else. They're going to sell. These clowns that made fistfuls of money on individual stocks post-COVID are going to apply same strategy and lose everything. You just got to buy. Just buy. Just buy. Why people hate on VT and VT has like 60? Because they think it's an international fund. They can't even do a simple Google search. And even if they did, they wouldn't understand what they're looking at. What? What's that? Drew, $2. I was told that I should cash out my VTI. You should for VT, not financial advice. I don't own VTI. I mean, indirectly I do, but I don't have any. There's not a single cent invested specifically in VTI in my portfolio. Lafufu is hiding his buys from the short sellers. He's so smart. Yeah, he's got the one up on Wall Street. He's been financial consulting since 2009 when he was 20 years old. I'm sure he knew so much. Why do you keep saying world's a better place equals stock market go up? How are the two related? Well, the world becomes wealthier. We find better ways to manufacture stuff. Everybody makes more money. Maybe we have robots in the future. The world will be a much more productive place. We'll be able to produce more stuff. And that wealth, that ability to manufacture stuff, produce stuff, better qualities of life, will lead to companies making more profits. Okay, that's the assumption, is the world will become a better place. And look at like 30 years ago. Okay, okay, even before, like earlier than that, or a little bit later than that, I remember dial-up internet. Okay, I remember my crappy Game Boy. I remember like all sorts of crappy stuff that has so drastically improved. It's mind-boggling. I mean, like a cell phone. I don't even remember. I remember having like a crappy flip phone. And now I have a freaking computer in my hand. Okay. Like the world becomes better over time. You know, I'm not saying you can't, you never know, but it's a decent bet. Move to China. I'm not moving to China. I'll buy their stocks, but I'm not moving there. Lincoln, they hate on it because they say internationals will continue to underperform based on past performance. That's the essence of it. Just do the opposite of what Jeremy Financial Education and Dave Ramsey say, and you'll be fine. Dave is he's more of a grifter than you might think. I'll just leave it at that. Grifting 101, talking about Palantir, SoFi, DNA. And if you see a channel start to talk about all those different stocks, they're a grifter, 100%. If they talk about like one stock they're really passionate about, okay, I can understand that. Who called me? I don't know. Probably a scam. But what was my thought? If they talk about a stock that they're passionate about, okay. I mean, maybe you're just young and inexperienced and you're just passionate about this one unprofitable, share diluting trash company. But when you see a channel start to transition and they talk about other stocks that are all trash and probably going to go bankrupt, that's where you know the grift is coming. Man, I'm going to trash Amit and Jeremy so much for that. Were you able to watch it? I'm just so freaking busy. I don't have time. But I'll make time for it. Full thing isn't out yet, but just wait. Oh, I can't wait. I went to a financial education seminar and they said I should buy individual stocks. What seminar was this? Lafufu? Financial Fortress? These people are complete idiots. Man, I did do seminars, but they're more accounting focused. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this off. I'm getting tired. I'm old. Let's see. I'm Planet 13. I need to do research, find out why. If I had more time, I'd do a couple more videos tonight, but I'm tired. The Reichsmarshal either got banned or deleted his channel. It actually looks like he deleted his own channel. I thought he got deleted. I don't know, maybe he did delete it, but that seems kind of weird that he would put all that effort into making his channel and then he would just delete it like that, you know? And I didn't really see any signs that he was going to do that because my suspicion is he started the channel to draw attention to his website. He denies it. Oh, no, I never introduced myself. Strongman doxed me. He had his first video. He was like, I'm Mike Stathis. I'm a tenured Wall Street professional. Blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, he took the video down, but I have a clip of it. It's a freaking clown. But yeah. A lot of increase in world GDP is merely due. I mean, they track that. They also track real GDP growth. I don't know. I think the world's going to be a better place in 30 years. Maybe Clown Elon is right and we'll have robots. And think about how much like more productive humans could be if we didn't have to put so much time into like laboring in the house. Like imagine if I came home, my dinner was cooked, you know, my freaking my floors were mopped, my kids were, you know, put to bed. Well, I would still do that. But, you know, there's all sorts of stuff that if that's done by a robot, that would free up more time for me to like be more productive, do more things, produce more stuff. So that's kind of what technology does. Why is your shirt off? You must be new here. Let's see. Echoes talks tough, but censors when his feelings get hurt. Uh-oh. I'll be honest, I've stopped tracking that whole story. I'm sure it's going to be challenged in court. I think the final price tag is $412 billion. And the whole point of that was just to get some votes for the midterms. Like, can you imagine like the stupidity of our government where they increase our debt by reducing future inflows from principal and interest payments on the loans by just to get some votes? Like, it's just sick. It's absolutely freaking disgusting and sick. So I don't know. Hopefully we get a Republican next time and they turn that crap around. He's not. It's honestly not looking good. He's getting so many lawsuits. Honestly, like student theft just might not happen. Yeah, it's probably a coin flip at this point. I mean, I can see if you have loans, you might want that to happen, but other people aren't happy about it. What's with all the sociopaths with the Bateman profile pics? It's YouTube, man. I wouldn't count on the student loan forgiveness. I would get $20K forgiven, though. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it. I'm going to head upstairs, watch some Lord of the Rings. I'm on a Lord of the Rings binge. Okay, I watched all the Hobbit movies. And then I'm watching all the trilogy movies now. And to be honest, like the movies were way better than the freaking show that's going on right now. They need to step up their game. But all right, that's it. I'll give you a LaFufu outro, and you guys have a wonderful night. Cheers!
Oh, merry stock market. Oh, man. Woo!